So in the background you can see the Black Mountains, and in the foreground you can see someone slowing down, blocking my way.
It's now 7:30 in the evening. I've been driving for 5.5 hours without a break, and I still don't need a piss, so I'm obviously quite dehydrated. Heading towards a bridge now. I'm about 140 miles away from St David's. I've done about 165. It's been a bit slow at times, quite frustrating with some of the awful driving. We're going to be going across the second bridge in a minute. We're just coming up to the newest crossing, the newest bridge into Wales. It's a pretty spectacular bridge, the Prince of Wales Bridge. So we're finally getting into Wales. Got another 136 miles now to go to get to where I want to be, which is on the far southwest tip. So I'm just going to keep going until I want to try and get past Cardiff before 5 o'clock in the rush hour, so I don't get caught up in traffic. I've got a horrible feeling I'm going to end up right in the middle of it, but we'll see. And once I get past Cardiff, I'll probably find somewhere to stop, get a coffee. I have fond memories of passing through this bridge in my open-top sports car. It has Triumph Spitfire, a racing car basically. Coming here on a rock climbing trip with a friend always brings back a lot of great memories. I guess in a way I'm hoping that this trip that I'm starting now will create a lot of great new memories too. So in the background you can see the Black Mountains, and in the foreground you can see someone slowing down, blocking my way. And I just realised that I'm here. And I've had a lot of that today. Anyway, that's the bridge. Right, I'm about 53 miles to go, so I've done just over 250 miles without stopping. It's taken about 4.5 hours so far. My sat-nav says we're 1 hour 12 from our destination, but it doesn't take into consideration that I can only do 60 on the dual carriageways, not 70 in a small car. My right leg is feeling absolutely knackered because I have to stand quite heavily on the throttle to keep the speed up. So I'm going to go until my sat-nav says I'm about an hour away from St David's, and that's probably the kind of point where the dual carriageway runs out. So I've come off the end of the M4 and I'm on the A48, I think it is now, dual carriageway, and I'll find a lay-by to pull in, or services, stop for a coffee and a bite to eat, and then reevaluate the situation. I might even find somewhere, when I get to that point I can look and see if there is a free camping lay-by somewhere. Otherwise I might just try and drive to St David's and see if I can get a place in a campsite for a couple of days. I'm not sure I'm going to want to run tomorrow because my leg is going to hurt and I feel quite tired from all that ascent in the castle. But anyway, if I had cruise control on this, I'd be absolutely loving it. It's fairly pleasant to drive otherwise. But anyway, starting to get over into that beautiful kind of southwest peninsula of Pembrokeshire. 6 miles from Carmarthen, yeah. Okay. I'm going to need to stop anyway because my phone's running out of juice as well. I need to plug it in. It's now 7:30 in the evening. I've been driving for 5.5 hours without a break, and I still don't need a piss, so I'm obviously quite dehydrated. When I thought about getting a van, one of the places I often used to think about was, I didn't even remember the name of it, but I remember it being really close to St David's, and this sharp bend in the road with a little hill and then a beach there. And I can remember seeing vans parked up and lots of people parked in the car park. Turns out it's called Newgale campsite site, Newgale Bay, I think it is. And I just pulled in, realised it was a campsite, pulled in, someone was coming out, the barrier stayed up, so I drove in. But it turns out that they've got space and it's £10 a night. So I'm in, I've just booked in. I shouldn't have come through the barrier apparently, but it should have gone down again. I should have had to ring an intercom. But anyway, £10 a night, can't beat it. So this is about 5 miles from St David's, so tomorrow it'll give me a chance this evening to see if I can book in to a site in St David's. I might stay here for two or 3 days actually, and just get my head together before I start driving up the coast, because it was a bit of a mission today and the traffic was awful. And I've been basically motorways and dual carriageways until about 20 miles away, and it was a 305-mile drive, and my nerves were quite shot away at times. I was swearing a lot, beeping people, trying to crash into me on the M25. But anyway, we're here now. I'm just charging my phone up. I might have a quick shower. I need to eat something, and then probably going to catch sunset on the beach, which is just fucking brilliant. So it's such a brilliant start to this trip. Still can't quite believe we're here, but yeah, okay, well, let's get this phone charged up, have a piss, have some food, and go and have a look at the beach. So I made it 5.5 hours. This is the beginning of John Fowler's proper Vanlife Adventures now. So I'm going to be spending the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks going up the Welsh coast, and then staying 2 or 3 weeks in Snowdonia, running all the mountains there. And I just kept driving and thought, you know, I think I can make it to this place. I was just going to stop and have a quick look at the beach, thinking it was just a car park, and then seeing if I could book a lake campsite in St David's. But it turns out this is a campsite, and it's only £10 a night. And yeah, so I am camped behind. That's me there. And what I'm looking at is this. This is what it's all about.